Hello, everybody. It is Sterling here from Yarcrypto, bringing you guys another update on what I'm currently seeing in the Bitcoin charts. I just wanted to say this is our first live stream that we're doing in the daytime. We've been doing our late night talk show for Yarcrypto, and this is our first time that we just wanted to, throughout the day, give you guys an update. And so bear with me because we're doing our live stream for the first time during the daytime. But in this stream, I just wanted to go into the Bitcoin market as well as the Ethereum Bitcoin pair and the Uniswap Bitcoin pair. And when I look at altcoins, I just want to say I do look at the Bitcoin pairs quite often because it does show you how that particular altcoin is competing with the rest of the cryptos out there, especially Bitcoin. And right now on my chart, I have the Ethereum Bitcoin pair on Binance.com. And I'm looking at it through the trading view chart. And as you can see, guys, this is the 4-hour time frame. And I just wanted to point out something that's pretty interesting because we saw a local level of support on May 23rd. On May 23rd. And since then, we did see a bounce there. It was quite a dramatic bounce. And we went back up near to those all-time highs that we were seeing in May 15th. And it was around June 8th where we topped out and then we hit resistance and then we've gone down just to find support just now on this local level of support. Now, we were at around 58,000 Satoshis. We were at around 580,000 Satoshis on June 6th. So just like in the beginning of the month, we were considerably higher than we are. We were around 770,000. I'm sorry, 770,000 Satoshis. Bear with me, guys. Because when we look at these Bitcoin pairs, we do refer to them as Satoshis because, as you guys know, when you're looking at the Bitcoin pair, you're looking at that particular asset valued in Bitcoin. So if I'm looking at, Ethereum at 0.07, it means Ethereum is currently worth 0.07 of one Bitcoin. And the reason why we look at these charts again, guys, is to just look at how that particular altcoin is outperforming the rest of the market. And it's really important that we look at these Bitcoin pairs at a time like this and Bitcoin's dominance. If we look at the Bitcoin dominance index chart, I just want to let you guys know that BTC dominance is currently at 46. And normally when we're at these levels for the BTC dominance, it is considered alt season, especially if we get any lower than this. So it's a good time to be looking at how the alts are performing. We did see a big drop in Bitcoin at the beginning of May, and towards the end of May, especially, we started seeing a huge dip in Bitcoin's price. But for now, we have been going considerably. We've been going sideways for the last few weeks, and we've been trading sideways. So with that said, when Bitcoin is trading sideways and we're looking at these alts and the BTC dominance is so low, it's really important that we do take a look at the Bitcoin pairs, guys. And even if you're not particularly trading or spot trading BTC pairs, it's important to look at it because when I saw what I saw on this BTC pair chart for Ethereum, I was able to kind of put two and two together and know what's going to happen on the BTC USD chart. I mean, on the Ethereum USD chart. And I see that we got a comment. Any updates on ETH USDT? Sure, yeah, we're going to definitely get into the Ethereum USD chart in a second, but I just wanted to point out on this Ethereum BTC chart, the reason why we might be seeing Ethereum go up on the USD chart is because we're seeing something interesting on this BTC pair chart. So real quick, before we look at that USD chart, that USD pair for Ethereum, I just wanted to say guys, we are seeing a bullish divergence currently finish printing on the MACD histogram for the 4-hour time frame on this Ethereum BTC pair. We are seeing that we have higher lows on the histogram, but when we look at the price action, we were seeing lower lows on the price action. And where did we see that second low? We saw that second low exactly at the same level as our local low level from May 23rd. And this is forming a double bottom price structure, which is a bullish price structure. So as you can see, guys, once we hit that support level, we just bounced, and we're still bouncing. And Ethereum is seeing some bullish activity for this reason on the USD chart. So let's just quickly take a look at Ethereum USD. So another thing that's really interesting, guys, is that when we fell from this high here on, let me just get my arrow. When we fell from this high here on June 4th, we traded sideways for a few days. Then we dipped more, and then we saw this W structure forming, and it was on these local levels of support. So you would have thought that, this could have been a W price structure forming right here. And you could have longed that leg of price action from around June 13th to June 14th on this 4-hour chart, but there wasn't enough confirmation for me to say that that was a smart thing to do. I wasn't seeing particularly anything that was telling me that we were going to go any higher than these previous highs. So I particularly would have stayed out of that trade. But what I'm seeing right now is really interesting because, guys, we did go down a little bit under some local levels of support here recently on June 23rd. And let me just see. We got a comment right here from Elevated. He says, a candle is closing on a 1-hour chart. I want to know whether to long or short. Well, I certainly can't give you financial advice, sir, but I can show you what I'm seeing in these charts. Go to the 1-hour time frame. Got you. Awesome stuff, Sterling. Thank you, Mr. Groovy. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to chat with you later today. And Mr. Elevated, no problem. I'm gonna definitely get into that for you. Okay, so we're gonna look at just real quick on this 4-hour chart. I just said we were falling through that local level of support, but since we do have a candle close on the 1-hour, we do need to be looking at the candlestick reacting to this level really quick. So this is what we're looking at. And so we did see the candle body close above this level of support, which is just above it. So yeah, just above it, this red candle closed, or right on that support we closed. So, we're currently at 1,800 or 1,850 or 1,849. So I would say that if we do fall back under the support, I mean, I wouldn't particularly looking for my long entry just yet. Why? Because we're still under that daily 200 simple moving average, which is this yellow ribbon on my screen, and we're still under that 200 daily EMA, the exponential moving average. So, and if I show you on this Ichimoku cloud, we are well under the red cloud on not only the 1-hour time frame, but if we look at that 4-hour, which is much more significant, as you can see, we're way under that red Ichimoku cloud, guys. And we're just sitting on this support level. Honestly, you don't want to be going in long just right here. I wouldn't say go short either, because you haven't confirmed that we're not able to hold this level of support yet. But you're not really getting any confirmation that we're headed into any bullish movement just yet on Ethereum. But we did see when that bullish divergence finished printing on the Ethereum BTC chart, we did see some bullish action on this previous 4-hour candle. So that's why I just wanted to show you guys, we could still see a bounce off the support. But is that enough for me to say that it's a good entry for a long? Certainly not. I mean, I'm just showing you guys what I'm seeing in the charts currently. This particular chart is not supposed to show you any kind of trade setup. I just want you guys to see that we are still sitting on support, and from that Ethereum BTC chart where we printed that bullish divergence, on that last 4-hour candle on this Ethereum USD chart, we did see some green action. And I'm sorry. And so that's why it's just really important to look at those BTC pairs too, guys, because guess what? On the Bitcoin chart, we didn't see this kind of 4-hour candle on the previous candle. So it does show you some significance. And when I look at Ethereum, when I look at BTC pair charts, I actually see a lot of confluence. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Nice, glad you joined us. So Elevated says, cause I'm on short at a target of 1650. So let's see if we could find any support around there. Well, 1650, huh? Well, let me see. If we just go back to some old retracements, I'm trying to figure out why you have this target, because I'm currently looking at this leg of price action from the last all-time high in May 12th till now. And, in general, I'd say that right now we are finding support right on very close to that 200 simple daily moving average, which is that yellow ribbon right here. So we are finding support there. And guess what? That is one of the previous highs that we were getting rejected from right here, where we found support right here in this area. So, and also this high right here, you could say that, yeah, there is some data over here to help you find a short target for 1650, but I'm not particularly so bearish just at the moment, because we are seeing some reaction to these support levels here since May. So I would, I don't know if you're already in a short yet, but if we do, I would watch closely. If we do go back above that 200 daily simple moving average, then I would definitely consider, taking a close look at your and reassessing your situation in your trade. But you could also just look at how this candle reacts to this support level right here. And if we do fall off support right here, your short might be okay. All right. But at the end of the day, you do have to look at how the candlestick is reacting and take all these zones that we're looking at, with a grain of salt, because, candlestick price action is actually more important than anything else when looking at a chart, because you could see so much just from looking at candlestick price action. But, what I'm seeing here for these candlesticks is when we found support right here at these low levels of, low 1800s, we're seeing some pretty significant wicks to the downside, which is showing you some real rejection. And, we were only down there for 8 hours where we fell under the support level. And we were down there for 2 4-hour candles. So we were down there for 8 hours, and both of those candles had some serious wicks to the downside. And that is showing you some rejection in that area. So I would keep an eye on it, because we do have some big wicks on the upside too, showing you that it's just a little bit indecisive at the moment. You are seeing some indecisive price action at the moment, but if you do fall from the support, I would just keep an eye on it. There's the next support level is actually at 1700. So, the candle is looking indecisive at the moment. So, the fact that you're in a short, I definitely don't trade off of just, gambling away at, hoping, oh, I think it's going to go down now, well, I'm going to go into a short. No, I wait for my confirmation. So if I wanted to go into a short in this situation, I would definitely look to see if we fall off of these support levels right here, which is around 1850 or $1,850. All right. And, I did want to show real quick. Let me just see what we got. Sterling hit it on the nail there. Careful with shorts when we were at support. Yeah, absolutely, man. You want to enter your short when hitting resistance, Wow, thank you. You're welcome, Mr. Crypto. You're welcome, sir. Arson. Hey man, how you doing? What does VPVR say? I don't know if that's a coin. ADA. Well, I think I do have a chart for ADA, so we're gonna take a look at that right now. ADA. All right. So I just honestly, guys, I had a very old chart that I made in March. I made this chart from the swing low. I started this chart from the swing low on March 10th. And I had these fib levels, and I haven't looked at this ADA BTC pair in quite a bit. I've been looking back at the BTC pairs recently as I've seen that Bitcoin is bottoming out or getting close to bottoming out, and the dominance is still quite low. I'm seeing some interesting price action from the alts, so I'm starting to look back into these BTC pairs. And what I see is that I did have a fib level here. This was the 100% fib level of a retracement from God knows when. It was sometime in March. But I will say that we bounce on this ADA BTC pair, and we are just getting slight rejection from this Ichimoku cloud. So if, let's say, Bitcoin goes sideways and it keeps going sideways, and this ADA BTC pair goes up into this cloud, you're probably going to see ADA go up on the USD pair as well. However, if Bitcoin goes up, you might see ADA meet resistance here at this red Ichimoku cloud and fail to break through this red Ichimoku cloud coin pair. With that said, since we don't know exactly what Bitcoin's going to do, we will take a look at the ADA USD pair. But like I said, guys, if Bitcoin does go sideways and we manage to break through this red Ichimoku cloud on the ADA BTC pair, you're probably going to see some bullish price action for the ADA USD pair. So let's take a look at ADA USD. All right, so with ADA USD, I can clearly see that we bounced very close, or we wicked right off of that 200 simple daily EMA. Right now, what I'm also seeing is that we are getting a little bit of we didn't manage to break into the red Ichimoku cloud on this leg up, and we met some resistance, and right here we're finding support, but at the same time we're getting a little bit of rejection from the top of this Ichimoku ribbon. So this opaque purple ribbon that you're seeing on my screen is this blob right here is actually the ribbon of the Ichimoku cloud, and on this ADA USD pair, we are seeing a little bit of rejection from the top of this ribbon. And something to also consider, guys, is that the MACD is getting close to falling into the red under the zero plot line, and you know that could give you a heads up that we're probably going to get rejected from this ribbon right here. But if I just turn on the ribbons of the MACD, and we could see there's any kind of crossover happening at the moment. Sorry, let me just get my ribbon. All right. Now, I am seeing a bearish cross waiting to happen right here on this MACD. So these ribbons are getting quite, and it looks like we may have a bearish cross on these MACD ribbons also. So we might be seeing a little bit of rejection from the top of this Ichimoku ribbon, as well as the MACD can tell you that the buyers are not able to keep up the battle against the sellers. And it looks like the bears are, well, the bears might take the lead on this one because we are seeing some rejection from that Ichimoku ribbon. Now, I also wanted to show the Uniswap BTC pair because unless you guys commented something. Oh, what's up, Alemi Alone? How are you? Glad you joined us. DRS gone. DRS gone. I don't know what that means, Alemi, but maybe you mistyped it. Thanks, dude. You're welcome, Mr. Crypto. All right. So now I do want to take a quick look at this Uniswap BTC pair because I saw something very interesting here. All right, guys. So I made this Fibonacci retracement from the June 7th high, right? Let me get my arrow so you guys can see, I have a signature arrow for my charts. And you guys see right here on June 7th, I made this Fibonacci retracement from this swing high right here. And on this retracement, I brought it all the way down to June 15th low, June 22nd low. So from the June 7th high to the June 22nd low, I made this retracement, and we are getting as you can see, we got a little bit of rejection from the 382 level right here. As we were trading sideways, we eventually fell under the 382 level of this fib retracement. And then we rejected finally from the 382. We fell down, and then we bounced right off of the 200 daily simple moving average. We didn't manage to find support on the daily EMA for too long. We just bounced right off of the 200 daily simple moving average. And as you can see, guys, we ended up going up, getting a little bit of rejection from the 236 fib level of that retracement that I just showed you guys. And then once we saw rejection, we came down and bounced right off of that 200 daily simple moving average one more time, and then we saw a bounce. So some really interesting price action for the Uniswap BTC pair. And I must say that if we can flip this into a support level, you can see that if I go back to the daily chart and I just get some of these drawings off my screen really quick. All right. As you can see, guys, if we flip this into support, we might be turning this resistance level that we saw in September 2020 into support. We might be flipping that into support. So it's really interesting that I'm seeing that on so many charts, actually. For VeChain to BTC, when I look at that BTC pair, I also see that right as if I get my drawings back up, in the summer of 2020, we started this descending triangle, and on this high right here on July 7th, we started this event where we started trading into this descending triangle. And guys, it was really interesting, this price action. Once we actually broke out to the upside near the apex of this triangle, we actually also, in the meantime, we were reclaiming the 200 daily EMA, and we were breaking through this red Ichimoku cloud. Now, when we did that, I just want to say, that breakout was so significant because of all the resistance levels that we were claiming in the process of that breakout. And then, as you can see, guys, it was so significant that once we got above the red Ichimoku cloud, came and bounced off of support, and then we were back above the green Ichimoku cloud, you could have literally went long here because you had the ribbon of the Ichimoku cloud supporting the price action, and under that was a green cloud. And now, as you could see, if you had gone long there, you would have been trading half of this whole parabolic curve of movement, and you would have went from, I could tell you the exact percentage gain. If you had traded off of that confirmation on this particular pair, you would have been 300% profit, 300% profit. Now, it's really interesting because when we topped out there on April 18th, something to keep in mind is that we came back under that Ichimoku cloud, and then we went down and found support on the 200 daily EMA. And what's so interesting about this support that we're finding right here, if I zoom in, you could see we're literally bouncing right off of it. And keep in mind, this is the daily. So this is the last 3 days. We've just seen some real bounce we've seen a real bounce off of this daily 200 EMA. And what's crazy about that is the fact that that was exact resist that we found in July 7th, 2020. So that was the all-time high of VeChain up until this recent bull run. Was in July 8th, 2020. We saw VeChain hit a high of around 237 Satoshi. And through all this movement that I showed you, where we traded into that descending triangle, and then we broke out to the upside, and then we claimed the Ichimoku cloud and the daily 200 EMA and the simple EMA, the 200 simple moving average, we claimed all that process. And then once you are to this point right here, this would have been my confirmation to go long right here, because not only are we above the ribbons of the Ichimoku cloud and we broke out of that descending triangle, we claimed the 200 EMA and the daily 200 simple moving average. We're above the ribbons, and we're also above the we're above the green Ichimoku cloud. and then that would have been 300% profit or 299% profit. So the fact that these alts are now flipping that all-time high from the summer of 2020 into support is something that's just crazy. That's why I came and looked at the BTC dominance chart, and I was saying, oh yeah, BTC's dominance is still under 50, and BTC hasn't really been moving. It's really important that I take a look at these BTC pairs. All right. So now I see that Mr. Crypto says he wants me to look at Link, and I love Chainlink. I was holding Chainlink for quite some time. Members in the community know that because I was always talking about it. So let's look at Link. I will have the Link BTC pair and the Link USD pair for this particular commentary. So let's just take a look right here. So particularly, I haven't entered a trade yet on this particular chart that I'm looking at, but I want to show you that we are possibly seeing a breakout coming in the coming days for Chainlink to BTC from a symmetrical triangle. So as you can see, guys, we are entering the apex of a symmetrical triangle. We are getting close to breaking out of this opaque purple symmetrical triangle that I have here that started forming on May 18th. And if we break out to the upside of this triangle, we could see Link to BTC rename the daily 200 EMA as well as the 21 daily EMA. So if I just turn off the simple EMA now, this blue line, let me just change the color so you can see it clearly. Make it white. Now, this white ribbon right here is the 21 daily EMA. So if we manage to break out, we will be reclaiming the 21 daily EMA, and we will be possibly breaking and breaching the 200 daily EMA. Now, it's really interesting. That's why, guys, I look at price patterns, I look at triangles, and all that stuff. We look at price patterns too. But if you're trading a pattern properly, you're probably going to end up trading EMA strategy properly, simple moving average strategies properly, and Ichimoku strategy. But if you combine that all together, you can really minimize your risk in very interesting ways. And it's pretty fun too, because to be honest, I love doing charts. It's a fulfilling thing for me, even if I didn't enter the trade particularly because I thought it was too risky. Just seeing it do what you thought it was going to do is really fun. And that's why, guys, I say we have this community on Discord where we're just sharing our charts all day in this live in a live voice chat, and we talk about life and everything too. But we also are just really passionate about charts and doing TA, and it's a fun process, to be honest with you. At first, it can be overwhelming for a lot of people when they look at a chart. I know it was for me when I first started trading, but once you get adjusted and you can guide you in the right direction, especially in our community, and once you get going, I really think that we can, you will be guided in the right direction, and you will learn a lot. That's one thing for sure. Now, Alemi said, "Will Engine ever come back?" Well, I'm sure it will. I mean, it's a great project, to be honest. And it seems like a lot of companies are realizing the potential of something like Engine especially in the gaming industry. I mean, Charles Hoskinson was on the Lex Friedman podcast the other day talking about gaming tech and how blockchain can help the infrastructure of the gaming industry and whatnot, and kind of aid it. But we got to wait and see. I will take a look at the Engine chart as well. But like I said, guys, if we break out of this symmetrical triangle for this Chainlink to BTC pair, we could see a price target of 106,000 satoshis, which is almost double, well, close to double what the price is currently. And he also wants me to look at the Link USD pair, so I will take a look at that as well. Now, for this Link USD pair, I think I have a chart for it on Femex actually. So let me go to the Femex chart. Yes. All right. So it seems like we're well under the Ichimoku cloud on one day, which is probably not a place that you want to be looking for your long entry. But I will say that we did see somewhat of a bounce right here for Chainlink. when I was looking at this chart recently, we bounced right here on June 22nd, and really it's at the same exact level as where we bounced on May 22nd and May 23rd. I'm sorry, and this is forming a double bottom price structure, which is a bullish price structure. However, when we saw that bounce afterwards, um, you could have called that bounce judging by this uh bullish divergence right here from this low right here and high right here. And if we look at the price action on this MACD, there was a bullish divergence headed our way, and that's why we saw not only a bounce off of the same local support that we saw in May 23rd. However, the bullish divergence, didn't call it right here on this MACD, because we were seeing higher lows on the MACD histogram right here, and we were seeing lower lows on the price action, meaning that the buyers were starting to outweigh the sellers, judging by this momentum oscillator, this MACD histogram. That's why I definitely take a look at your momentum oscillators, because you could spot some divergence, and it's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. People have these divergence cheat sheets, but we talk about what's divergence and what's not divergence in our community as well. And if you guys ever spot divergence, feel free to pop in and ask about it, and we'll take a look at it. Um, yeah, sure. Mr. Crypto says look at BNB. I will definitely look at BNB. I was making a chart for BNB yesterday, actually. And real quick, just so you guys know, after we printed that bullish divergence, we did bounce up for Chainlink to USD. However, we're meeting some rejection at this ribbon of this Ichimoku cloud, just so you guys know. So that is where we're seeing some resistance. So real quick, if I just take BNB, we'll look at the BNB chart. Finance. Now, what I'm seeing is possibly we didn't we kind of did a fake out right above this daily 200 EMA, and then we did manage to do a real solid retest of it. So guys, when we bounce, obviously, of course, yes, BNB saw a double bottom structure just like Chainlink and so many other coins. We're seeing these double bottoms forming all over the charts, but we saw this low right here on June 22nd, and we saw this low right here on May 23rd. And that is a double bottom price structure, which is bullish. And then we traded up into the ribbon of the Ichimoku cloud on the 4-hour time frame, went right above the daily 200 EMA, except that would have looked quite bullish, and a lot of people would have probably went in for a long there. I particularly wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. But also for the people who did go long there, you should know that you did not trade the retest. Just because we broke out of the 200 daily EMA, we never saw a retest of support, and we just fell right through it. So, we didn't see any clear bounce after a breakout of a significant level of resistance, because we had only broke through it for the first time for a month, over a month. We hadn't fell through that daily 200 EMA. So the fact that we went under it, and then go up above it, well, that might not hold, because we only tested this one time, and on the first try you might not get the proper retest. There's fake outs happen all the time in crypto markets, and that's why people, a lot of indicators are great. Particularly, I'm actually using the Ichimoku cloud with crypto settings in place, and the reason why I have that is because by default the Ichimoku cloud indicator actually has settings that are not adjusted to how the crypto markets operate. And to be honest, oh, thank you, Mr. Crypto. Thank you for subscribing. Wow. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it, man. And basically, with the Ichimoku cloud indicator, by default, they're not set to be effective for crypto markets, which are open 24/7, 365 days a year. The crypto markets never close. They never close. So by default, your Ichimoku settings are not set to that kind of time frame of markets and price action, because in normal stock markets you have pre-market open and you have market open and closes. So the settings by default will be adjusted to fit those kind of assets. And so I just, usually just when I pop my Ichimoku Cloud indicator on my chart, I just adjust the settings, and I believe the settings are 10, 60, 120, 30. And I might be wrong, but if you need the real answer, we definitely have it in our Discord server, in our Discord community, and I will do a tutorial on Ichimoku strategy in the future, guys, because I love the Ichimoku Cloud. Guys in the community know that I love the cloud. I have my own special names for it. We talked about it in the late night episode yesterday, which was quite funny. And I call it the fire breathing dragon because there's no other. When I see this Ichimoku Cloud, that fire breathing dragon, I don't care what anybody says about it. I call it how I see it. And that's how I operate in trading, and that's how I operate visually in real life, and that's how I'm calling it for this Ichimoku Cloud. I call it the fire breathing dragon. Why? Well, if I just take off this price action for a second, like let's just go to a classic fire price action event. Well, now BTC USD. Sorry, my chart is a little wonky right now. Bear with me. Let me just get my drawings off the screen. Sorry, guys. All right, guys. All right, so if I pop on that Ichimoku Cloud and I just take off the price action for a second, let's get into the Ichimoku Cloud. Why not? Why not? We're on live. This is the first live stream, and apparently we got some new subscribers, new members of the community are coming, and that just makes me really happy, and I'm willing to tell you guys my little secrets about the Ichimoku. All right, so I particularly use the fire breathing dragon strategy on the 3 hour. So let's look at the 3 hour time frame. And guys, so right here, as you can see, you see a huge green cloud, which was developing for a few days, probably more than 10 days. We saw this green cloud right here. And you also see this ribbon of this cloud above. But anyways, what you need to look at is this bottom green cloud right here, the real green equal cloud. This is what we call the green dragon. Now, when the green dragon starts spitting out red cloud or red fire, the dragon has now become a fire breathing dragon. And to be honest, usually when that happens, you'll see it ahead of time. You'll be like right above the cloud, and I'll turn on the price action really quick because the cloud prints ahead of the price action. So to be honest, when the price action was right here in this area on February 22nd, the cloud was already seeing the cloud turn red. So the dragon was already breathing fire. When the price action was right here, the cloud was printing red fire on this 3 hour time frame. So the strategy behind that is that the dragon has gotten angry, and you want to get up and hop off because you're not going to probably go up anymore until this dragon is done breathing fire. And what happens? Well, to be honest, actually, we can get into this BTC chart because this is a BTC chart that is looking at price action since 2014, but that's why you see so many crazy drawings. So just know that, guys. I have some charts that I'm ready to show, and then this particular chart I've been making for a few months, so that's why you see so many drawings on it. But bear with me because when we bounced here right at this low right here on February 28th, and we went up to test the red cloud, or we went up to test that fire to see if we could break through the fire, we ended up doing it. Right, I remember this day. Me and the whole community, we were trading on this event right here that took place on March 6th, and then we eventually broke up over the fire. So even if you didn't go long yet, you could have longed when the cloud was actually producing a green cloud, which would have been roughly in this area on March 9th. Because, like I said, guys, the cloud prints ahead of the price action. It is not lagging behind. It's actually printing ahead of the price action. So it's telling you where your support will be in the future. And when the price was right here on March 9th, the cloud had turned green, and you were ready to ride the green cloud to the green dragon to new highs until that green dragon was ready to start breathing fire. And actually, right when we got to this high right here on March 13th, with the way this particular is set up, you see two dragons. So you saw the first dragon started breathing fire, and then it was just a signal for you to get off the dragon. But honestly, make your head spin with fire breathing dragons all day long on this live stream. And what are the settings? 1060, 120. Okay, so the settings, I believe, don't jump on me if I'm wrong, but I believe the settings are 1060, 120, 30. But in order to find the real answer, you might need to ask somebody from our community, or just find us on Discord and send me a message, and I'll answer your question once I have the actual data in front of me. But I don't have the settings on this indicator right now, because this indicator is actually already set to the Ichimoku settings that I want. So we're not able to see the actual settings right now in this particular chart, and my apologies for that. But you will get your answer. Just try to find us on Discord, man, and shoot me a message, man. And I will get that answer for you. But again, with this Bitcoin chart, I can take a look at the BTC chart on Coinbase, because, guys, one thing that I wanted to point out right here is, oh well, we've been going on for 45 minutes. Well, let me just tell you guys a few more things that I was seeing in the Bitcoin chart. So one thing that we are seeing here is when I made this retracement from this June 8th low to this swing high here on June 15th, we came up with the 618 fib level, which is this golden line across my screen. And I know I was talking about it earlier, but that rejection right there, it was clear, because it was clear as day, because we were seeing a bearish divergence on the MACD histogram. And you'll probably see that bearish divergence on a lot of your indicators. But if you look, we higher highs on the price action from June 22nd to June 24th. We were making lower highs on that MACD, guys. So that would be considered a divergence, showing you that the buyers can't keep up the pressure to keep us pushing up to new highs. Right, guys? So yeah, that was just a quick update for you all, and stay tuned to our channel for more market updates and technical analysis tutorials. And come find us on Discord. You'll find a great group of guys. We're a friendly bunch, and we love chatting about TA, and we also talk about life and stuff, and we've become great friends. But also, we have an overly abundant source of data for you guys in the crypto markets, trading these charts. We are updating our charts every day on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and we will be live for the Yarcrypto late night talk show soon. So catch us then. And until next time, keep watching those charts, and best of luck on your trading. And we are Yarcrypto, and everybody, please take care. Thank you for joining us so much. Thank you guys so much for joining us on our first daytime live stream. That made me so happy to see you guys in here chatting away. And yeah, much appreciated. So guys, just take care, and bye for now.